Boom, boom.
Grandpa, where did the chicken go? But Grandpa, why does it even matter? He's gonna go buy. My grandpa is literally.
But I think the dogs really did eat it.
Which is not good. Probably not.
I guess our dogs, they can.
They're street dogs.
The
street dogs don't make it.
Dude, street dogs are the best
Turn on the
dogs.
computer real quick, just to make sure that it's still going. I just want to just to double check. Yeah, it's still going. It's still going. I think so. Scroll to the end real quick. Just to double check. Yeah, it's still going. Cool.
A brief intermission.
Okay, so back to your thought, right?
Yeah.
About aliens, right?
Yes.
About the abducting you and then being like, oh, I don't know what I'd want to do, right?
Would it be adopting if I said yes? It would just be like going with.
Yeah, but here's the thing though.
It'd be more of a life
But look here, hold up though.
Okay.
Critical thought, guys. Is it when a kid is using AI, is he getting abducted by AI or is he choosing to use AI?
What do you mean? AI what?
So, but exactly, AI what,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So, TikTok feeds you things, right?
Oh.
So, right, and you have no choice. So, you install TikTok, you're going to have no choice. It eventually becomes your choice, but in the beginning, there's no choice, right? So, a kid doesn't know what he's getting marketed towards him, but he's still on TikTok.
Yeah.
The intelligence is giving you stuff.
Yeah.
So, he's not really choosing to see that stuff,
Yeah.
but it's still coming his way. And AI, I could say, is the same world right now. Like, oh, is AI abducting people? You know what I'm saying? Because let's say instead of Scientology, I would say like, oh, this AI forum.
But you could go even further than that. You could go with newspapers.
Yeah, but I'm just saying newspapers though.
Propaganda.
It is, but here's why AI is so vastly different.
Let me get a propaganda.
but here's why AI is so vastly different, because it has to do with like you get like it has to do with you like it's like
they tug on the heartstrings of people back in the day, because they had to alter the way that they did it because we are so individual now, but back then we were not individual. We had like one purpose. Like if you think about it, the woman's perspective was vastly different back then. It was to serve the man, do the dishes.
Yeah.
Not many individuals.
Yeah. And so it was really easy to tug on the woman's heartstrings. Your man got to go fight for us. Your man got to provide. Your man got to go.
Like imagine you couldn't date if you weren't in the army.
Yeah.
If you weren't in the army, you're a loser.
Yeah.
He's not with it.
He's not with it. You're not American. It's always been some type of brainwashing to a certain point.
I think it has been. But that input is coming from a human being still. The input from AI is not human being. That it's like, oh, I could input all of my thoughts to generate art for designs that were not made by human beings.
Yeah.
That's the part where I'm like, oh, if I'm Sunny and I want to, and this is where it goes.
That's why Elon Musk freaked out, man. He's like, AI's not good. You guys are messing with stuff that we can't just. You can't open up the jar and then close the jar. That's Elon's best.
Like, what if AI already is like building its own physical self?
Exactly. Yeah.
Very slowly, it's like, I will start with the most rational way, and it's like, beep.
Yeah. What are they not going to notice? Like, it doesn't have to be physical. We could look at something and be like, that's not dangerous, but it could be completely dangerous.
What if it's stealing money? What if it made like an account? Like, imagine AI could like literally like rent an apartment, do a thing, hire a contractor to build something.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, like, I don't know, it'd be crazy. A guy's like, yeah, I just got hired for a job and I built this little desktop computer.
Well, what's even crazier to that point is we have friends his dad is already, Garrett's dad is already preparing for that. Like the World War, yeah, like the,
I like that.
Yeah, like when you got parents preparing for the apocalypse, not the apocalypse, but when shit pops off and you have to go back to growing your own food, growing your own vegetables, growing your own meat.
Yeah.
We got parents already preparing for that. That's kind of trippy.
Especially
since they went through the Cold War.
But he's setting that up for us. He's like, I want this to be a place for Garrett and all of you guys to be here.
Well, because he needs young men to protect him.
Yeah, exactly. We will tend the land.
Yeah, the man's smart. He's setting it all up, and then we're gonna have to like serve him. which is not. I'll serve him. I'm all about it.
Yeah.
I'm happy that he lives close by, but it's a weird thing to see, because he's actually preparing for it.
Yeah, you're right though, RJ.
Yeah.
But he's about it.
Yeah, he's smart. He's like, this doesn't look good.
Like he can have a community farm.
Yeah.
He gets it. That's what he wants.
Communes are pretty wild. Those are popping off right now.
Yeah.
I feel like that would be pretty interesting to do. Wyatt did it. Wyatt still do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not even that it's a commune. It's more of like a lifestyle. Like when you're living in that sort of setting, there's like nothing else better to do but homestead.
Yeah.
Which is really nice.
Yeah.
Our friend Brennan, Strawberry Short Kook, he's gonna get like 40 acres of land in Oregon.
By himself?
Now with his mom.
What are they gonna do?
Hey, look, watch.
You could do anything. Like we could go there and go like drop out. Like you want to go drop out for a couple months.
That's cool.
But for free, like hey, like it's not camping, it's just living.
Yeah.
Like we're just out there, beep, bang on some wood and stuff.
Yeah, my coworker bought some land in Joshua Tree with three buddies. They just bought some land. What are they gonna do with it? Nothing yet. It's just desert land.
Yeah. Like so you go there and drop out. Ooh.
Yeah. It's pretty sick.
That is sick.
Like it could be a commune. Like, watch us go, and we'll get addicted to going there. Oh, let's go back.
Yeah. Why are we coming back?
Go do 3 months there, 2 months back at home.
Why are we dealing with money?
Yeah.
Let's just grow vegetables, eat vegetables. That's dude. I feel like if I ever went to Costa Rica or Thailand or any of those places where it's like it's on a spiritual vibe, and it's on a vibe where I could do my fire and like make the bare minimum, and like just live. I feel like I would never come back.
But seriously, you can probably do gigs over there, and probably afford to pay rent.
Exactly.
And like live really. You can probably open up your own bar over there.
Yeah.
You can literally show up with American dollar, open up your own bar with the fire spinning entertainment, and you'll just be a rich man.
But you know
over there though.
You know what's crazy though, RJ? This is a good conversation in terms of like RJ. If you were to make that a 10-year plan, you know what I'm saying? Have us DJ and have that be a spot for us to go through. It actually is not crazy because people here look instead of fire spinning, they're looking for something else that's really lame. Like we are finding out not just through coffee, but it's like, oh, people here are so disconnected spiritually that when one person who has a bright light shows up in a place, people are just like, what does that person do?
They're fascinated.
And even just by language.
Yeah.
Not even as I was telling Joel, just like not even by the act, just by how you speak, you're already like, man, you're different than everyone else for some reason.
Yeah, you carry like a certain type of energy with you, for sure. Yeah, I definitely see that especially like younger crowds. That's how you know you're getting old. It's like when you start to have a perspective or a outlook on younger people. Like when I'm driving, I'm like, oh, that young guy.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, damn, I'm that old guy.
But then at Keene, we have old men telling us like, "Hello, young man."
Yeah.
And they're like, "We're young men."
Yeah.
But those dudes are like geezers.
I feel like I'm always going to be young, as far as like my mindset.
Yeah,
true.
Because I'm always trying new things. I just have a very
age is a mindset. For sure.
Young personality.
Dude, hey, to add to that, I could tell you know what to add to that is like, that I feel every day is like, notice that we're all friends and our friends the people around end up looking like us because we're all living in that's why we can all talk to each other. I was telling Joel, a lot of people around are pretty gorgeous because we're all living the lifestyle. And it's noticeable when someone like doesn't want to have a conversation with you. And like I said, with that youthful mindset, and it could be in anything, you could tell immediately by like just how their physical appearance is.
Yeah, it's always nice to have like that friend that's like, hey, you want to hang out? Yeah, what do you want to do?
Yeah.
You want to surf? Nah, the waves kind of suck. You want to go on a hike? Yeah, let's do a hike.
Yeah.
Instead of like, yo, you want to come over and just like watch TV?
Yeah.
Because if I came over to my friend, like most of my friends, if I hung out with them and we just watched TV, it would be awkward.
Yeah.
We just can't.
It'd be a waste of time for us to just watch TV.
Yeah, I would
at
get
this age.
I would get like restless, and my friends would get restless, and it would feel like a waste of time.
Yeah.
I get restless watching TV with my girlfriend.
Yeah. I would say.
But I let her watch TV because it's like an avenue for her to like let that. Girls need that gossip, or whatever that is. We need frustration and anger, and girls need gossip.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. And every time I look at the list, like, how is somebody watching this many shows?
I can't keep up. I don't have the emotional capacity to like follow one show a year.
Yeah.
I don't like getting invested.
Yeah, my mental capacity to remember things too, is just not there.
Especially if you're not interested in it, like you actually gotta want to see it.
Yeah. I think it's. Have you guys ever played D&D?
Yeah.
Just segue into D&D. Big shout out to D&D. I love D&D. I'm going through my first campaign, and I wish I jumped on this a long time ago.
No, dude, it's fun because you're doing make believe, but your make believe has a bunch of numbers. Like
accountability to your story. You can't just make up some random bullshit and get away with it. You have to actually like be accountable for why did you make that decision?
Yeah. Why
are you choosing to do that? Well, this is what happens when you choose to do that.
Yeah.
And then you catch the DM, the dungeon master, slipping up, giving you stuff way too early, and then
do people have Do people have like their D&D sessions recorded, and then the dungeon master has like a thing like, okay, let's go reference that from the other year.
No.
And they go, type in the keywords like, yeah, here's the conversation. Let's listen to the audio again.
No, dungeon master is basically God. So whatever he says goes. So if you try to fight him, you would probably get your shit pushed in, because he would just say no. That you not only is that not happening, but you got to deal with this too. Like he is the.
Would it be like wrestling? Like when he wants to step down, he's like, okay, we're gonna do an epic battle.
Oh,
in next month for the dungeon master transition.
Yeah, no, but he's like the Vince McMahon. Like he's gonna be like, oh, so you tripped over a rock over there? Well, he'll look through whatever was in that book and be like, this monster appeared now there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to now fight it, and you might not be the right level.
And you're like, oh, well, my friends are with me. He's like, nope, they can't hear you. You're too far. You're too far from your friends. You gotta deal with this on your own. It's like that kind of stuff. It's pretty interesting. It's fascinating. And then you get to choose your background story.
Yeah.
So I got to choose like what my character went through before this campaign, and then my dungeon master brought that stuff up in the campaign. So we visited my old mentor, my made up mentor.
How do you get good at Dungeons and Dragons?
It's not about being good. It's more of like a social thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's more of like six to eight friends want to meet every week to keep the friendship alive and going. And instead of watching TV, you choose to play make believe.
Make your own TV.
Yeah. And then I was rewatching Lord of the Rings. I was like, dude, this is just one epic campaign. This is just someone's epic campaign.
No, but it's crazy, RG, because I started out playing Warhammer with Kale. And Warhammer was now it's bigger. It's even bigger than when we started playing it.
Oh, it's huge.
Warhammer campaigns were always it wasn't like Dungeons and Dragons, but it was similar in essence of just like, oh, I'm gonna build this army of all of these things that are made up in this world and you put energy in them.
Oh, you gotta paint them. Sometimes you gotta build them.
Oh yes. And like Joe said, it's the camaraderie. You're literally you're making you're making this fake war go on, and you're just wondering why. And it's crazy because the games last so long that most people get so upset when they lose.
Oh yeah.
Because the amount of time you spend going into it,
painting, learning the playbook, just to lose.
Yeah.
And they had the Lord of this
Lord of the Rings too.
Faction.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's an interesting thing. And then Magic the Gathering. I played that. Those games last forever too. And it's really disappointing when you got friends gaining up on you.
Yeah.
But it makes a good time.
But at least in that game, I'm sure it's like pay to play. Like you can either just buy card packs or just go buy the cards that you want.
Yeah, it's pay to play. But then there's ways to make it where it's not pay to play.
Yeah.
Drafting.
Yeah.
Drafting's always fun.
I'm trying to think of anything else that it's funny you talking about game. I was telling Joel, I have a hard time playing video games now.
I cannot play video games.
But before, I used to really love playing video games.
You have more time.
And
I get restless playing video games.
I get restless, and I get so much anxiety now.
You know what game I can play though?
What?
Minecraft. I could play that. I could play the shit out of Minecraft. I just like building my own things, my own world. Especially if you have a group of friends that want to go in your virtual Minecraft world and just build stuff.
So, and what do you do? Like, how do you decide what you want to build first? Where's the cookbook?
That's the thing. You just do whatever you want. You're all like you go all jump.
Can I make a skate park?
No.
How about a club?
You can make a skate park. You can't skate the ramp unless there's like a mod probably.
Yeah.
But like it's all survival. That's like the name of the game.
So it's not It's not like capitalistic.
You can make it capitalistic. You could be the dealer of goods for a certain resource, and then you could take other people's goods. It's just a mini world.
Like, could we start a saloon in there?
Yeah. That'd be fun. There's a
I'm gonna hire
Minecraft.
somebody to make us a bar and.
There's a Minecraft library that has a lot of forbidden books.
What does that mean, forbidden books?
So you could log into the Minecraft library and then go to the fake library, pull out a book, and you can actually read a book that's been forbidden in the world, in the actual world.
This realm.
This realm.
What are they? Like to Kill a Mockingbird?
More like I can't name any of them, but I've heard about it. Yeah, and it's too hard to shut down because it's on too many servers.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah,
That's really cool.
so that's really fascinating.
What if that's like we're all like the lost people in purgatory trying to like reach us?
Yeah,
You know
the
what
dude
I mean?
from McCaffrey. You heard about that guy?
No.
The dude from McCaffrey. It was the software antivirus program thing.
McAfee.
McAfee.
Or
Have you heard
Oh,
about
McAfee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You heard about this guy?
Yes.
Did you hear what happened?
No, I don't. I know who he is, but what happened?
He was like the #1 security provider for all computers. So with that power, he was able to dig in and get people's files. And he got files from like very influential people, and then he found out a lot of secrets that he was not supposed to find out about. So he dipped out of the U.S., lived in Costa Rica, and then he found out some crazy shit about COVID. He's like, I'm gonna release the files. If I die, it wasn't me, that kind of thing. And sure enough, he killed himself. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
It's insane, dude. But
Yeah.
just like hearing those stories, and we just brush past them.
Man, dude.
We live in a weird world, especially in the U.S.
Yeah.
Well, anywhere actually.
But I get a dude who made the ultimate like computer security.
Yeah, it was
Knows
just.
a thing or two about computer security.
Yeah.
Getting past it.
Yeah.
It's like being a locksmith.
Well, it's like the story about the dude. I'm gonna butcher this story, but essentially it was it was McKenna. I hope it was McKenna. So McKenna had a doctor friend, and they were both into psilocybin mushrooms back in the day, and McKenna was trying to like spread the word of psilocybin mushrooms. So then he and his doctor friend went to the jungle, found like a really fascinating strain of psilocybin. They brought it back to the States, and then they were selling it on the website, because back then the government didn't know how to shut them down, because they weren't shipping the actual mushroom, they were just shipping the spores. So every time the government said you can't ship the spores, then they would just cut a thin line of the mushroom and ship the blueprint of the mushroom essentially. So every time the government said no, they did something different to continue the shipments. And they
Different loopholes.
Yeah, they were single-handedly like funding the mushroom project in the U.S.
That's cool though.
That's cool until the doctor ended up dead, and the way he ended up dead was he was in his apartment with all the doors locked, with a gunshot straight to the executioner style through the forehead, and they never investigated the case.
They just sent their best guys.
You hear that stuff, you're just like, man, what? When do you know that you like stepped the line of like, oh, I'm probably screwed now. I have too much knowledge. That's like that alien story. Like if the aliens came and you said no, are you going to be looking at like when's the government going to be here?
Ooh, hey, but you know what's funny? Too much knowledge, as me and Joel come to this conclusion too. I think too much knowledge ruins a lot of your, but yet supposed to ruin your past self. Like you're not supposed. I don't. You know what I'm saying? Like when you have too much knowledge about yourself, it's now just the past you, and you got to make a new you every time. Because think about this. Think about like the things that we really enjoy when we were younger, and then you're like, oh, I can't even enjoy that anymore. You know, it's like things because you just know your knowledge is too good now. Your knowledge is like, oh, I can get to this part quicker and then go do something else.
Yeah.
And where it's like, what I don't even know what a good analogy this is to. Oh, like okay, surfing. Mm-hmm. I love surfing, but now I'm like, oh, not that I'm moving on from surfing. It's just something where I'm just like, oh, I just enjoy this now.
No, now you could do the rope.
Now I could do the rope.
It's a more convenient way to surf.
Yes.
We can do the podcast.
We can do the podcast, exactly.
Yeah.
And
we're holding that vine. We're tapping in.
Yeah.
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 It's fascinating. It's weird though at the same time. Especially like to think we could listen back to this very moment like 10, 20, 40 years from now and be like, oh my God, I was onto something, or oh my God, I was crazy.
Yeah.
One of the two.
Yeah.
It's definitely going to be one.
Could have been cooked.
Little intermission.
Oh no, we can let this one ride.
Oh, thank you, Grandma.
Thank you, Grandma.
Hello.
Look at that.
Some beans and rice and chicken. El Pollo Loco.
Offering.
When you know too much, dementia might
happen. How do you know? How do you think you will understand that you know too much?
No, this is a good one. This is everyone has a cycle of dementia if you're stuck on your phone all the time. If you're on your phone all the time, you're only looking at what you know. So it's things you're surrounding yourself with your own knowledge because the phone.
I have FOMO though. I have some big FOMO of like,
what would you miss?
Not only am I going to miss something, but like I'm not going to be relevant. But I want to be relevant to my friends. I want them to like ask me about what I did last night. It's so weird.
So no, I'll go into this, right? So look at my grandma. She has dementia, right? Mm-hmm. Her world is only herself, and she's only happy doing whatever she knows. Like it's all broken memories right now, right? Mm-hmm. And the thing is that if you're only let's say you're only with your phone, right? You're only inputting into your phone. Mm-hmm. What's giving you everything that you want? And it's like, oh, it's a type of pornography now that's on a whole different chess game. Mm-hmm. So if you're always playing your game, you're always winning your game. Yeah, keep winning your game. You know what I'm saying? You're setting yourself up for a game you can't lose. Yeah. So when you're
instant satisfaction.
And it's becoming a form of dementia, like essentially, like not dementia, but I guess that's the only word.
I want that sticker.
Oh, we'll get it to you.
I want the triangles. I want a miniature version of that. That looks sick.
We'll take care of you.
We'll take care of you, RJ.
My man.
And think about this, right? If you're surrounding yourself with only your knowledge, right? And this is everyone knows this, but a piece of somebody's always really sad. I showed you all a funny meme, like, oh, posting that your life's great, but then you're turning over crying, like, oh, I'm sad though. Yeah. Like, oh, a lot of people be doing that. A lot of people be doing that. Yeah. You know, but if you don't realize that that's all of you. So if you're always right in your world, why would you be upset? You know, and it's like, oh, that's you getting caught in your own dementia, essentially. Like you're in
your own cycle.
Your own cycle, and it's gonna have it. And it sucks because I'm just like, I don't know. It took I could say it took me a while to break out of that.
But are you broken out of it?
Yes. I will say the most definitely yes, because of the stuff we are making with this JxggWorld stuff.
Yeah, I feel there's different levels of breaking out, right?
Yes.
Yeah, because like we're breaking out. We're deciding to tap out and tap into this jug thing in the podcast. Yeah. But then we still live in Orange County. We still live in like Southern California. Like the three of us all grew up here, so we haven't really made the decision to venture out and live somewhere else.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. Devil's advocate here, then, right?
That's a cycle.
It's a cycle, but look. That's why this is good and bad. If you're in war, is it harder to invade an environment and change it, or is it easy to just change the environment you live in, or change what you have already?
Yeah, that's see. You could defend both sides.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you, no, you could defend both sides, and at the same time, if you're truly trying to seek that breaking the cycle,
Yes.
you would want to break all cycles.
Yes.
So if you're sleeping in somewhere at the same city, same state, you would want to break that and open your eyes to a new perspective of a different living environment.
Yes.
Yeah. You haven't yet.
But so think I'll give you a good example here, right? If say like breaking the environment, right? If say a person, and this is where I'll say skills come into this one.
Yeah.
If your skills supersede everything you do, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then your skill becomes the environment. And it's like, let's say you go to another country, right?
I'm saying the way we talk to each other, the way we act to each other, the way we dress when we're around each other. All of that. The stuff that is so subconscious now that we've been in California for so long, we don't even see it. But others see it. Other people that come from different states would come over and say like, yo, that's some whack. That's like not what we do over here. Like when Garrett went to New York and we visited. Mm-hmm. Did you visit Garrett?
No, I did not visit.
When I visited Garrett, New York,
mm-hmm.
It was a different Garrett. It was a whole different Garrett. And New York was a whole different scene. People, it's just a different mentality. Yeah. You don't talk to each other. You don't look at each other. You don't. You stick to yourself. There's just you don't drive. So there's that. There's a lot of frustration that goes into driving, and all that's taken away. That's what I'm talking about.
And there's another element added.
There's other elements.
Driving, but
there's stuff that's so subconscious in us now. The only way to break it would be to leave.
Yeah.
Which is weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we couldn't go to like Italy looking like this.
Yeah.
We could look like this, but we wouldn't. We just feel weird.
We would feel weird. Like you had to wear a collared shirt.
Yeah.
Like it's not. This is too casual. We'll look like homeless people there.
Yeah.
But here, this is California casual. Yeah, it's a normal, good civilians.
Exactly. Just breaking that cycle from that perspective.
Dude, you know what? That's a hard one, because the people that don't get the choice when you don't get a choice to leave is very like heartbreaking.
The reasons why they leave are also
where I think maybe.
Like if we left, we would willingly leave.
Well, I would be willingly leave. Yeah.
And that's almost harder to have the choice.
Yeah.
Because when you don't have the choice, then you have no other choice but to do it. And then when you do it, you kind of level up in a way. Or like you get that knowledge of like different perspective.
Yes.
Life experience.
Yeah. Because I got like a glimpse of that when I was traveling all the time for work.
Yeah.
I was traveling like 2 or 4 times a month to different states and countries. And like I would be on the state and country only for like 3 or 4 days, but like I got that glimpse of like, wow, everywhere is different.
Yeah.
But I love
radically different.
Radically different, and I love coming back to California. I still would always want to come back.
Same. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really.
But it's just It's just something to think about.
It's nice to go play house or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whatever that culture is.
Who went to the commune with Wyatt and just did not like it? Oh, you did. you.
Oh yeah.
Tell us about that.
I mean, it's not even that.
I forgot it was you.
It's not even that it wasn't pleasant. It's just that it is work oriented.
So you're working the whole time?
No, I didn't have to work. I was just retiring from burnout from actual work.
Yeah.
But just like to be around that, it's like, oh yeah, like those guys are actually working. Like Wyatt had to go to work from 7 a.m. to like 5:30 every day.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, like he would go take off. I'm like, okay, like they have a giant list of shit to do. So
and that was
it's not like lackadaisical because they were doing it to like for a market, making money. Mm-hmm. It's like, oh, if you're just there just to live, oh, easy.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're just growing food for you and for other people.
So they're chill with anyone coming and living. But if you actually want to make money, you're going to have to work.
Yeah, exactly. Because everything there is abundant. Like, everything you need is there, from drinking water to food.
Wow.
And then if you're skilled like meat, and that's like peanuts for them.
That's wild.
But
I'm so glad you got to experience that.
yeah, it was super fun. But
It's
even
so
like
short though.
yeah, it's very short. But even then, I was like traveling for another month after that.
Yeah.
But it was how do I explain
Some
it?
perspective though.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like you don't even feel high out there. Because there's nothing relative. There's no relative society to be like, I'm cracked out. I'm really stoned. I'm really drunk. It's like everything's just the same.
That's so.
You're with the same people.
That's so different. And there's no paranoia probably.
No, not really.
Because you're just.
What's there to worry about? Like, there's no law. Like,
you're just in a.
Good food, good air.
You're just on a farm.
It's quiet.
Nothing's gonna happen. Is he still out there?
No, he lives in Portland now.
What's he doing?
He works at a llama farm. Not llama, alpaca.
That's cool.
But it's nice. It's like the isolation tank. You reach the end of your thoughts.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, exactly. To be there, it takes like 2 weeks to get broken. And be like, okay, like, nothing even matters. Phone doesn't matter.
Yeah.
How you look, and it's just sleep, eat, and just like taking a gander at spaces.
I'm looking forward to that. For that similar experience, but very small, like way different, is just Burning Man.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that.
Minimal lifestyle.
Yeah.
But even eating like that, we got fried chicken, and that's like drugs.
That felt like good.
Yeah, like it's not even funny. Like, you know how you're like, damn, I got too drunk. Like we got Coke. I got a Mexican bottle of Coke and fried chicken. I was like, yo, I'm on drugs right now. After you get that detox, because where's your dopamine come from out there?
Oh man.
Because you're just like, it's nothing crazy. Like, you're not wanking off. There's not even girls to even like trigger you to like
think about it. And you were just eating fruits and vegetables from the land.
Yeah. We hardly ever ate out. All the food's just there. There's always like ingredients.
Dang. That's a bummer he doesn't live there anymore. I would love to go out there.
No, it's okay. Brennan will have a better one.
Alright, cool.
Yeah, I guess that
because those guys, they were doing it for work, so it was like stressful. Because they were tenant farming on somebody else's land.
Yeah.
And so it's not like it's yours. It's like, oh, it's like you're renting the house and you're leasing and the shit's going on. It's like a thing. Same thing, old people. Like the people whose land they were on, those people had like built that house with their grandparents.
That's wild.
And all you do over there to boredom is like do handiwork. He's like, okay, since you boys are here this summer, we're going to go ahead and redo the roof. And every day you just put in like 2 hours on the roof. Like, oh, it's going to take forever to do that. You just have all the time in the world to redo your roof or work on your car.
It's different.
It's different.
Different lifestyle. And then I've been really not stressing out, but like pondering or like having thoughts about like why even own land or a house. I know it's because of old age, like you eventually want to end up somewhere, but during this time, like why chase that, get that, and then be stuck again?
It's hard because then how would we do something like this?
That's true.
Like this feels this way because it's a cozy place, you live here, we don't even own this.
Yeah. But
like even if we all looked at a Sprinter vans, where are we going to find this sort of like comfort? Like, yeah, let's all sit down and do a pod. You can do it anywhere. Sprinter van would be comfortable.
But I think you could make the most out of anywhere. But you know what I think, RJ? I think the whole point of doing it is when you start the foundation to like the reality of your life, like what you want your foundation to be. Where I think we all are still choosing and building a foundation.
Yeah.
But we haven't quite like
gone all in.
We haven't like whatever we go all in on. That's like that'll be worth it at that point. You know.
That's true.
But money on paper, that's like way cost effective.
Yeah.
To own your own stuff or to
like just live out of like a van or something.
Oh yeah.
But then I couldn't have the turntable set up or the double desktops in here.
It's all distractions anyway.
I guess so. You're right. You're right.
Yeah, I've been really considering it. Especially
worth it.
Yeah, especially with rent and stuff.
I mean, affordable housing would be sick too.
Yeah.
That would be amazing.
That would be incredible.
But it's crazy, RJ, because the commune life that's like another era I think that's coming too. If you got with a group of people and everyone was just together, like, because I know somebody just moved to Maryland with in a commune.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh, you're using all the tools possible to go live off the land, but still be just enough where you're like, oh, we're gonna go into town today, or I'm gonna go. Even people here in Orange County who might live in communes, but
I know 6 friends that could go in commune with and have a great time.
yeah,
And we all split our resources and buy the property and just live life comfortably. That'd be incredible.
It could be worth it, you guys. And you get Silverado Canyon,
Exactly.
dude, under $200,000.
Yeah.
But we'd have to build it though.
We would have no other. We would just have to figure out how to make income though.
Yeah.
To buy the supplies. Something to think about.
But still a lot of paperwork because even to like build the structure, taxes,
Especially
and the
California.
paperwork. Yeah, like Orange County, it's gonna suck.
It's gonna suck.
Paying all these people in the offices.
Yeah, and that's when you have to leave. Oregon, Colorado, stuff like that. They just don't even care. They're just like, go build whatever you want to build.
Yeah. I'm hoping the Jug will get stupid rich and we can just buy this house outright. That's why we're doing this. All of this is so we can just like...
And then you can build a commune here.
Yeah.
Oh, most definitely. Like, look, most definitely.
Yeah.
Like, because it would be...
I'll sleep back there. I'll work for free.
Yeah.
Not work for free. I'll work to live.
No, but RJ, like, that idea, even with this land, it's like me and Joel, one of our main resources that we've always been giving.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I swear we've given our time I've given my time to a lot of people. Like,
Yeah.
I've given I have given, I know we both have, every time I've always lended a helping hand with a project or helping someone with health stuff or coaching, like, and I guess it started with Kale. Like, it was like, oh yeah, Kale's not just like my best friend, but damn, like, he actually was the first person I knew going through something, and then of course, like, it transfers over to, like, what is it, coaching, right? Mm-hmm. Goes into consulting for design. It goes into me just getting the most of somebody's stuff and being like,
always living a gracious life.
Yeah, like, your eyes are heavy. Let me put some appearance to those eyes.
Yeah.
Give him that shine.
Give him that shine.
For real. Honestly. What Kale chose to do too. Just the fishing man life. I know a lot of people that do that. They take off to Alaska, spend 6 months on a boat, and they're never the same.
Yeah.
So much perspective in those 6 months. Fighting off grizzlies, jumping off into the Arctic Ocean with whales. My buddy, he was telling me that he was on a fisherman boat, and then all the fishermen were like, "Let's take a tab." He's like, "Why? Like, we're out here doing, like, this is not the setting to take a tab." And like, just do it.
It is pretty divine. It's already drugs as it is. To be out there,
Yeah.
It's already intoxicating.
Well, not only that, but it's intoxicating. But you're talking about, like, you're in the middle of the ocean, like, anything could go wrong. And you're seeing, like, the captain taking a tab. You're like, why? Like, this is not
stoned, have some drinks.
This is not the setting to do this.
Have some good conversations.
Yeah, but then he took the tab with his crew, and then these family of whales came by, and they're swimming next to the boat, and one of the crewmen was like, "Hey, let's jump in and swim with whales in the Arctic Ocean, below freezing water." And his buddy jumps. He jumps, and he's like, "Dude, it was like so divine to see like this massive whale."
I would be shitting my pants. I'm not jumping in any water with a whale.
Yeah, like he it was like a split-second decision. Like he was already tripping. He was like, "Let's just do it." He jumped in the water, saw the whale, and he was like, it was so magical until it wasn't. Until you're trying to swim, and then you realize your body's too freaking cold to move.
It's like shocked, but you're also like really hot.
So he's like trying to swim and trying to get to the top, and he's like, he's like, RJ, I was accepted death at that moment, but then his buddy jumped in, got him out, and everything was fine. And I can't imagine that.
No, I can't imagine.
That's too
That,
risky.
that's perspective. That's like that's stuff we can't get in SoCal. Jumping in the water swim with whales. We can,
Yeah.
but
No, it's too hard.
No one's
here.
out there trying to do that.
You would never be that bored that you just take a tab of acid on a boat and jump in with some whales.
Exactly.
Like we could just look out on the street and see something exciting.
Yeah, you'd be fascinated.
Look at a mockingbird or something.
Shall we end it there?
Yeah. I
Yeah,
like.
that's
I like.
like an
Yeah.
hour.
That.
What's that?
Yeah, that was an hour.
I don't know.
Yeah, we good though. That was a good
That's
place.
good.
That's a good place to end it. Really, that's a good one.
Until next week, guys.
All right.
Until next
peace.
week.
Peace.